Let's see. Let's see if it's working now. Folks, trying to get on this live stream. Y'all can see my window. Man, the weather's starting to, uh, you know, the weather's starting to go down. But anyway, okay, guys, here we have it. Okay, great. Now it's working. Okay. All right, folks. All right, we're back in. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna try it again. Okay. Um, Happy New Year for those of y'all that celebrate. Happy New Year's for those of y'all that celebrate everything. That's cool. You know, I don't really get into it. I don't celebrate it. I don't celebrate any holidays, but Happy New Year to those of y'all that do. Thank y'all for joining me live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live stream. Man, this live stream is a work of art. I mean, everybody's doing them now. I'm probably talk for about 45 minutes. Like I told y'all before, man, I gotta go with my team, and we're gonna go up this 10-mile mountain, man. It's exercise, and buddy, it's intense. I survived it. I survived it the first 3 times I did. And it's like these young guys, they gasping for air, man. It's funny, man. It's really funny. Like these 20-something year olds, man, they throwing up. I'm like, man, come on. You can't handle this hill? Something wrong with you. But folks, let's really get into, because I know I don't have a long time today, because last night, good grief, boy. I mean, that podcast was off the chain. We had Amazing Eric. We had Mia running around there. We had Brittany War Machine, Brittany Neiman, professional fighter, in the live stream. 78 Sports TV came through. Let's see, a lot of people. Shout out to the upsetters. How you doing, sir? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, man. I'm off work for a little while, so I'm good, man. After I get off this live stream, it's time to go get that exercise in, buddy. Time to get it in. I get it in every day, man. I get it in every day. But that's how it is, bro. That's what we got to do. Yeah, man. That thing was lit. It was lively last night. It was real lively. I mean, man, blood boxing came through there. I mean, so many people was in that live stream, man. I was like, yeah, this is good. But I promised y'all in 2018, man, I'm definitely picking up my video output. Um, yeah, man. And when I go today, boy, I get this workout in, man, on the mountain. Buddy, I'm gonna come back home and I'm gonna drop another video. But I want to go ahead and get into the topic. The photographer for Jackson Wink MMA. Um, Folks, it was kind of really tasteless, what he did. And I got to give a shout out to NSF TV. He, definitely put me up on it, and he showed me the article. Um, Man, it was kind of weird, and I can't, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, what's going on, man? Like, why, why now? Like, why the need to do that? Because Jackson Wink, they're already catching a lot of hate, and TC, what's up? They're already catching a lot of things, man. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not really a huge dynamic fan of Jackson Wink. Now, I like Greg Jackson, okay? I'm a fan of Greg Jackson. I'm not a fan of Winkle John. But nonetheless, y'all, it's like, okay, you got this photographer, man. And I think Jackson Wink, they really need to come out and just say, hey, man, this is not us, it's a guy that takes photos for us. We don't, anything that will resolve this in a matter of seconds. Because, real good people and fans, they're going to understand that, hey, you didn't have anything. It wasn't you. You didn't put that out there. You didn't okay it. Greg Jackson, they're not thumbing up the videos or thumbing up the photographs. They didn't do that. Okay. They're not thumbing it up. So they're not like joining in on the fun. They ain't doing this crap. But folks, they got to come out, man. They got to come out and just say, nah, it's not cool. It's not cool. And I want to talk about really, you know, I want to talk about like really, and I made a video, I put it out, how Holly Holm is basically doing what these other people they didn't want to do. I used the analogy with the buffaloes and the tigers or the lions trying to kill them. And folks, I picture Holly Holm, she took the shine. She took Megan and she took Amanda. She took Julia Budd shine. She took all of these girls. I mean, she took the shine. She took the shine, man, because they had an opportunity to fight Cyborg first. They had the same opportunity, but they didn't turn the fight down. Like, I don't care what the reasons are, they didn't want the fight. And they could have easily had this fight first, y'all. I'm serious. They could have. And but they turned him down. They turned down the fight with Cyborg, you know? And then it was rumored that Holly was getting $1 million. Like, that was out in the media, but now come to find out that Holly probably getting 300,000, but they're gonna get a lot of pay-per-view points. So when the pay-per-views are done, Holly Holm and Chris Cyborg, they should get probably somewhere roughly 1.5 to 2 million when it's all over. That's what's supposed to happen. Um, and let's see, upsetters, Holly dethroned Ronda when everybody was timid. Yeah, yeah, and there were people that didn't really feel like facing Ronda Rousey. They didn't want to do that. But Holly stepped up, fought Ronda. A lot of people didn't want to fight Cyborg, but Holly stepped up and fought money, and also she got a less purse than Cyborg. Cyborg got the bigger purse. We all thought that it was Holly getting the lion's share of the purse. No, it was Cyborg. And Holly took this fight for less money than she fought against Misha Tate. So, folks, I can't come on here and tell, yeah, I can tell you that Chris, she dominated Holly, but I can't sit here and tell you that Holly Holm did not do what these other females wouldn't do. She did. Holly Holm did exactly what these women, like Megan Anderson, I told y'all they were going to start talking. I told y'all without a shadow of a doubt that these guys, they were going to start talking. I told y'all. And what? Well, who's talking now? Megan and Amanda Nunes. Oh, they doing the talking. They doing some big talking too. Oh, they talking. But, it's just like, you have sharks in the water, man. You have these sharks in the water that's swimming. And everybody got sharks in their life. Everybody on this earth, they got sharks in the water. And it's like sometimes you want to face them, and sometimes some people don't want to face them sharks. They don't want to. But Holly Holm was willing to go swim in the water with the big shark. She was willing to. And I don't care what Megan Anderson tell y'all. I don't care what Amanda tell y'all. They didn't want that work. I don't care what Jermaine Duranda May didn't. I don't care what she say. Jermaine can say she not scared all day. She's scared. Megan can say I didn't duck Cyborg all day. She ducked her. Straight fact. I mean, she said because my boy Roger, and shout out to Roger Allen, he said, hey, it could be a visa issue. Well, Megan on her podcast, she confirmed that no, it wasn't a visa. Megan said it wasn't a visa. She said it wasn't a visa. She said it was a personal health issue. So if it was mental health, I get it. If she's having a mental problem, then Megan need to stop criticizing people like Mackenzie Dern. Megan just need to shut up. Okay, if she don't want to fight Chris Cyborg, then shut up. And that's how I see it. Just be quiet. Um, I don't know if it was the best women's MMA fight better, but it was a good fight. Okay, it was a good fight. But Chris messed up Holly. I mean, have y'all seen the aftermath? I'm gonna show y'all, man. Have you guys seen like the aftermath, like Holly's face the day after, man? It's real bad. Okay. And Holly had to go to the hospital. And see, then people was getting on my nerves, man. They were getting on my nerves saying, well, Holly was a poor sport. She didn't, go to the post fight. But when have you known Holly Holm not to? Okay, when do you know Holly Holm not to go into the post fight interview? When do you know her not to do that? You know why she didn't do that, y'all. You know why she didn't do it, because she had to go to the hospital. Okay, she had to go to the hospital, man. The damage was really, it was bad, man. Like, why people think that, these fighters, man, why they think that, dang, these fighters don't have like some legitimate reason. If Holly Holm is not at the post fight press conference, if she not there, y'all, she was at the hospital. I'm telling y'all, that's what happened. That's what happened. Cyborg did a number on Holly Holm, man. Like, I'm telling y'all, and I'm not trying to be funny. Cyborg did a number. Okay. And it don't look like Cyborg did a whole lot, man. But good grief, man, it was bad. I see some people in the live stream. Shout out to Power Technics, Black Zeus, Supreme General. How you doing, brother? LDBC all day. D Style. Okay, D Style Boxing. Hey, D Style. Shoot, man. Uh, hey, man, you feel like chatting for a little bit, man? I got about 45 minutes, man. I see my man D Style Boxing in the house, man. Uh, D Style, you gotta love him or like him, man. You gotta love D Style and like him. If you don't know him, he can come off as a butthole, but he's not a butthole. Okay, that's how it is. Okay. Um, XA Gucci, what's going on, man? Hopefully D Style will come on in. If he's not, somewhere picking on people. I'm trying to find a photograph of Holly Holm. Man, it was the day. I'm talking about the day after. I'm not talking about the day of the fight. The day after, man. It was the damage was bad, man. It was real bad, and I felt bad for Holly because I was wondering, man. Like would she just take a knee or just like shell up, man? Because it was at points in the time in the fight, man, that Holly looked like she really wanted to not do it anymore, but she got heart, man. Holly Holm got heart, and she stood in there, man. You cannot disrespect Holly Holm after that. You can't do it. I can't sit on here and do it. D style. I already sent the link, man. You can't do it, y'all. And if anybody want, come in and nah, man. I mean, you wrong. You can't. There's no way that Holly is one thing, but a coward, she's not. Okay, Holly is one thing, but a coward, no. She's no coward. Okay, and she's not going to be personified as one. She took the fight that these other women they would not fight. The Megan Anderson wouldn't do it. Okay, Megan wouldn't do it. Jermaine Durandame wouldn't do it. Amanda Nunes wouldn't do it. Okay, Julia Budd over at Bellator, hiding out in Bellator, she wouldn't do it. Okay, she wouldn't do it. The fact of it is, man, it's just Holly Holm got hurt, man. She got hurt in this fight, and she's not going to tell you that Holly is a trooper, but the way her face looked, man, I thought she broke her orbital, man. It really looks like a bad orbital break, and I can't find a picture, man. I cannot find that picture, man. The day after, I cannot. I saw the picture earlier, man. I saw the picture earlier, man. It was bad. Hold on. Let me keep trying to look it up. I'm gonna try to pull it up. I'll find it. But I didn't think, man. I was like, man, because from the beginning, it just looked like her eye was swollen, and it just like, okay, it's a little bit of swelling. It'll go away in about a week. But no, man, no. Like Chris, Chris messed up. So hopefully, man, Holly will definitely bounce back, man. And I'm gonna be honest, man. As a fan of Holly, I almost kind of wish she retired, man. Not because I don't like to see her fight, but it's just, man, she's taking beatings, man. And it's like the beatings are getting worse and worse. And she'll perform, man. She'll raise her level of expectation. She'll fight hard. She'll do the things that a true warrior is gonna do, man. Holly will do these things. But it's just like now, man, it's just like, dang, man, okay, when is enough, man? Like literally, when is enough? Like, how many more beatings do she have to take, man? How many more? Like, how many more does she really have to go and try to get before? Okay, it's over. Let's really do something else. Let's commentate. Let's train people. Like Holly Holm got a lot of things that she can do, man. Post fight, she don't have to fight anymore. She don't have to. Like she's a millionaire. I'm sure she is. She's made a lot of good money. She don't have to, man. Like it needs to be a time where they start discussing. Okay, Holly, it's been a good career, but let's really go ahead and let's think about your future outside of fighting. And I know that they probably still had they probably have been having this talk. I'm sure they have, but you just don't know, man. You just really, really don't know. Okay. And that's saying Cyborg was in a real fight. No, I don't. I think Cyborg was with an opponent who refused to go away. I read Cyborg she was never in any danger in the fight, y'all. She was never in any kind of danger whatsoever. It's just she had an opponent that refused to go away. And folks, that's just how it is. I got my man D Style in there, D Style, man. So what was your thoughts on the whole fight, man? Wait a minute. What the heck happened to D Style? D Style. God dog it. I tell you, man. It's something up with this live stream today, man. I don't know what it is, okay? There's something up with this live stream. D Style, I lost D Style. He was here, and now D Style is gone. D Style is gone. Hopefully he'll come back. I mean, it's Sunday. Let's pray that D Style will return to the live stream, and that's just the way that is. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. The comment section. Well, y'all lit today, man. This is good. George Page Muay Thai is better for MMA. Good. Yeah, I agree with that, George. Supreme General. Yeah, my man in here, George Page. I think she should fight Nunez if she loses. Okay, music playlist. I think she was pushing Cyborg flat against the cage to avoid knees and elbows. Yeah, man. I don't. I think Holly played it smart because I think if she would have tried to exchange that close, I think she would have got hit. I think she would have got hit. Um, yeah. Mary, we kind of agree. I don't think that, I don't think Chris was any danger, but man, Holly, she couldn't do much of a lot of things. Like Chris was just kind of, I hate to say Chris was just kind of chilling. Like Chris Cyborg was chilling. But I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, Holly Holm, she's got integrity, y'all. She's got integrity. She's got a lot of it. And, people are saying, well, she's a poor sport. No, she's not a poor sport, y'all. The woman had, I'm trying to find a picture and I'm finna show y'all. Okay. I really want to show y'all the aftermath of her, after this fight. I saw a photo and now the photo is gone, man. But I really let me go to Holly's Instagram. It might be there. Let me check her Instagram and I'll check it out. But man, it was bad. And it's like, people can just not know a whole lot of stuff, man. Like, come on, man. The darn girl was in a brutal fight. The fight was brutal. She fought 5 hard rounds with the best women's fighter on the planet. And you saw the woman face after the fight was over. You saw it. And it's like people, oh, she a poor sport. No, no, she got hurt. Okay, I think we got D Style back on the line. Okay, D Style is back.
Yep, I'm right here.
So D Style, man. So what are your thoughts, man? I'm probably sure you watched it, and
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. First, you can't hear me, right?
I can hear you,
Cool.
D Style, and this is D Style Boxing, y'all. Check him out. Go sub to the channel at this time.
So I see 28 people, 12 likes. Some people need to press that like button, I think. Yeah. Um, but here's my thing. So I did watch the fight. It's Holly, I think, took quite a beating. And if looking at the beating she took, I'm pretty confident that whether it was her team or even the commission itself required her to go to the hospital after the fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, and that's what you got to do. They wanted to check it out because I think they were thinking that it was an orbital bone. Um,
Yeah.
I think they thought it was an orbital bone broken, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's fractured, man.
Yeah, I kind of I knew Holly was in trouble when she did land like a straight left. Um, and it didn't do anything to Cyborg. And I kind of knew it was over at that point.
Yeah, I think at the end of round 3, it got real bad, and Chris went back to the old Chris Cyborg, and she just started really throwing a barrage of punches, and I'm like, oh man, she finna get her out of there. And then, coming back in round 4, Chris just kept it very calm, and I'm saying that this is a very dangerous version of Chris Cyborg because now she's a complete fighter. She can fight at a range. She can come into you in close quarters. She can avoid damage in a clinch. She can take you to the ground. And now she's answered the questions of how to keep her cardio for 5 rounds against a cardio machine like Harley. So
Yeah, yeah. I honestly thought that if Holly had a shot, it was going to be if Cyborg got tired. Um, Especially as I watched the fight, but it didn't. It I don't know. It was an interesting fight. It is very frustrating watching Holly fight though. I feel like, I mean, at this point it's too late now. She's already, what, 36 or something like that. But Wicklejohn never. I mean, he just made her into such a pattern fighter, and it's just the same thing over and over again, and it's frustrating because it's like, how many times are you going to try something and it's not going to work, you know?
yeah, I started feeling bad for her, man, after round 3 because I knew the damage was starting to mount up, man. And at points in the fight, man, you can see Holly, man. She kind of had that look like, man, why am I taking this? But she just kept going. And when she got hit with the first couple of right hands, man, she had that look like they all have, like, wow. But dude, she hung in there, and she just showed a lot of heart. But you got a lot of these other fighters, man, that Holly Holm took their shine. And see, I think this is going to be a more lucrative position for Holly, even though she's lost 4 of her last 5. This is a much more lucrative position because now she went in, she did 5 rounds with the baddest woman on the planet. And these other women, they sat and talked from a distance. They did all this crap. But Holly Holm did what they were not willing to do. And then she did it for less money than we thought she was getting. She got $300,000 plus pay-per-view points. So
Yeah.
and she made 500,000 versus Misha Tate. So first of all, she took the fight for less money. Okay. She went in and everybody said that, she was going to get completely just clipped out of there in round 1, you know, and she did. And, you got Megan Anderson, she back talking junk, but her personal reasons prevented her from fighting Holly, whatever that was. Jermaine Durandame said, no, I'm not going to fight her. And then you had Julia Budd at Bellator. She said, no, I refuse. I'm not going to do it. And then who else? Who else? Oh, and then you got Amanda Nunes. Now they come out the woodworks when Holly did the groundwork.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what is Amanda doing? Calling out Holly or something?
Yeah. Well. Oh, yeah. Well, we're definitely ready for this fight. This is a good fight. Amanda versus Chris Cyborg. And I'm like, are you serious? So now after all this, when Amanda said, well, I'm not going to fight against my Brazilian sister, Brazilian sister. No. But now all of a sudden, now they got some heart. Cyborg would destroy them, man. Cyborg would destroy all of them, especially Megan Anderson. That's the one she's gonna destroy the worst.
Well, man, I saw Holly hit Cyborg with a straight hand, that the same one that she hit Ronda Rousey with, and Cyborg just ate it like it was nothing. You know, I saw that same punch rock, Ronda Rousey. So, um, what's dangerous about that is that not only is Cyborg that good, like she has a chin, like she could take a clean punch like nothing. It's that is what's gonna. I don't know if is there any woman in the planet that has a shot to beat her.
The only person technically, now when I say stylistically, that has a shot that could actually probably beat her, it's probably Amanda Nunes got the tools to do it. Because Amanda is a size, she's got the right size, and Amanda is actually a big bantamweight. And stylistically and technically, Amanda is very technical, so she could do it. But I don't think Amanda would know what to do against the pressure. Like I think Amanda would try to she would try to fight Cyborg at a range and see stylistically Chris Cyborg is bad for Amanda Nunes stylistically because and I'm not saying like Amanda can't do it, but it's just Amanda is a physical type fighter, and so a Cyborg. So you get two physical fighters that like to just bang it out. Well, Cyborg gonna win those exchanges every time.
Well, who do you think hits harder?
Oh, Cyborg. Amanda Nunes got a good, she got power, but nah, because Amanda Nunes couldn't finish Valentina Shevchenko, and Shevchenko is a true flyweight, which that's 125 pounds. So, nah, she couldn't get Shevchenko out of there. Then, no, you couldn't get a flyweight out of there. You're not gonna knock out the baddest woman in the planet. Hell, Irina Jojo Bars couldn't knock out Cyborg, and that's the toughest Muay Thai fight on the planet, just about.
This is going to be. I think how old is Cyborg? Like 32 or something like that.
Yeah, she's 32.
Yeah, I don't see her losing for a while, man. I have no idea who can beat her. I know I did see that Megan Anderson girl talking that she could beat her, but
see, man, they trying to wait to see if they can get Chris Cyborg later in the game, and see they looked at this fight and they saw it as any other person. Oh, Chris is vulnerable. No, Chris Cyborg showed you a whole nother dimension of her game. She showed you that, hey, I can be patient. At the end of round 3, I can turn it on if I want to. I can fight in the clinch. I mean, there's a reason why Holly wouldn't throw punches in the clinch. There's a good reason why, man. And it wasn't because she was just like completely out muscling Cyborg. It was because Holly Holm did not want to get damage in the clinch. Holly was like, look, I need to buy some time. I got to do it. And she did a good job. Holly did a great job of pinning Cyborg against that fence. Like, nah, girl, I ain't finna let you throw no more punches. We finna just sit here for a while so I can kind of get my head together, figure out what I can do next.
yeah.
So it was a smart move by Holly, man. I mean, it was a good survival tactic. It worked. But when they disengage, man, you can see who it was. A Cyborg on another level, man.
Well, Holly's also she's pretty strong too. So I don't know how many women are going to be that strong when they fight Cyborg. So um, I don't think a lot of women are going to have that success anyway in the clinch with Cyborg.
No, I
So
just it would have been better if she would have tried to throw some offense, man. It would have been better if she'd have just tried to throw an elbow, throw some knees. But see, you gotta understand with these Muay Thai fighters, man. They're waiting on you to fight in the clinch. And see, soon as Holly would have attempted a knee, Chris would have took her down.
yeah, and Holly ain't that good in the ground. So
Nah, man. If she'd have got to her back, the fight would have got finished.
now I do. There's some people that are speculating that Cyborg kept it standing. You think she could have taken her down?
She could have. She could have. Now there was a point in round two where she could have had it. There was a takedown there, but she didn't take it. She just opted to stand.
Well,
She could have. I mean, she had. There was an opportunity to do it. She just, for whatever reason, she just wanted to stand. And then I started thinking. I think Chris was really trying to prove that she could stand with Holly Holm because Chris was getting very aggravated. Like I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, people were saying, well, you're fighting against this phenomenal striker, and people don't expect you to stand. And Chris broke it down. She said, "Look, I'm a complete fighter. I can fight anywhere in the octagon against anybody, and I'll win."
yeah, just make that point.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think Eye Candy, she said, Caitlin Vieira, and I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's another Brazilian fighter who beat Sarah McMahon. She said that Caitlin would be a good fight for Cyborg. I think Caitlin is too slow, and her footwork is not as good. You got to look at this whole fight. I mean, I think I hear echo, man. This thing is these style. If you got it up on two screens, you got to take one screen out, and then yeah, okay, that's better. I think Caitlin Vieira, she's too slow, man. She way too slow, and she
Yep.
can't keep up with the footwork and the hand speed of Cyborg. It's crazy.
I'm not too familiar with her to be honest. So,
Okay, well I ask you this then. What more impressed you with Holly, and then what impressed you with Cyborg?
well, first with Cyborg, I think her strike. I already knew she was a great striker, but in the fights I've seen, usually the women felt overwhelmed. It seemed from the very beginning. Where in this fight, Holly did feel it looked like she got overwhelmed in spots, and especially towards the end of the fight. But she looked real game. So seeing the patience that Cyborg had, you know, Holly works better when someone's being super aggressive with her, especially early. So that's why Cyborg was just patient, just biding her time and like a lion in the wilderness waiting to hunt. That's what it looked like to
Yeah.
me. As far as Holly, I've always been impressed with Holly's like footwork. I've always been impressed with her straight, her hook. Like it looks good. The only problem with it is that it's very patterned. She's such a pattern fighter, and especially like in MMA, like you could only go so far with that. I think it was frustrating to see her try the same thing over and over again, and occasionally hit Cyborg here and there. And um, I can't believe they didn't have something more. Like there was no plan B. There was no plan C. There was no like it's like every fight she comes in with plan A. Every single fight, and there's no adjustments made. And if what she's doing doesn't work, she just doesn't make adjustments. At least from the fights I've seen. Even when she was a boxer, it was like this. She was such a pattern fighter. So I mean, her punches look crisp and clean and all that, but it's such a very, very pattern like. That's the best way I could describe it.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's I'm gonna tell you though, man. I was more impressed with Holly. I like the fact where she bodied up Cyborg. Like she didn't allow Cyborg to do damage to her in the clinch, and she wasn't afraid to. She just, I like the way she did it, and she thought about it, man. Because she like, because you can tell she was thinking about throwing like a knee or elbow, but then
Yeah,
Chris was waiting, man, to time it. Because as soon as she would have done that, she'd have been on her back. And then also too, I like where Holly was she was using her footwork, man, to try to get away from her, man. But Chris just kept cutting it off. And I like how Chris cut the octagon off, man. She made the octagon very small for Holly, so Holly actually had to fight, and she couldn't. She
Yeah,
she stopped Holly from fighting off her back foot because Holly Holm is good at that, and Cyborg cut all that out, man. It just shows you the really skill set of how she's evolved. Her technique, cutting off the octagon. I mean, counterpunching, man. Cyborg wasn't known as a counterpuncher, but man, she did a masterpiece on how to counterpunch. She did
yeah.
great.
She also she saw that leg kick coming a mile away every time.
Yeah, she either blocked it or just got out of the way of it or ducked it, man. But that leg kick couldn't find a home, man. It was telegraphed. Like Holly was telegraphing the crap out of that thing, man.
You think she should have thrown the kicks to the body?
I think she should have.
It seemed to me like, especially when Cyber kept expecting it up high. I guess the fear there is that she'll catch, I guess, the leg and take her down or something. But you got to try something. I don't know. I just even when she's won fights, I've always found Holly a little frustrating to watch. Just because it's just the same thing over and over again. But the other thing I forgot to mention, I mean, I'm definitely impressed with her heart. I mean, Holly's got heart. Like it's the same pay-per-view that Conor McGregor tapped out to a submission. She didn't tap out to the same submission. So against Misha Tate. So you gotta give her props for that, and whoever's saying that she's a bad sport or whatever, I don't know where that's coming from. As far as that idea that she's being this and that, I mean, if they don't make it to the post fight, like she's not gonna, like, let's say she didn't go to the hospital, Dana's not gonna let her like just not go to the post fight. It's just that she doesn't have that like Ronda Rousey special treatment. Like it's either she goes to the press conference or she has a legitimate reason not to go, which would be going to the hospital.
Yeah, I think it was legitimate, and I think Cyborg, man, she looked smaller this fight, and the reason why she looked a little smaller because I think they really focus on the cardio and the speed part of her game versus the
Yeah,
power. But see, when she fight Megan Anderson, I can tell you, man, she's gonna be a substantially bigger. Like she's the muscle mass is gonna be there when she fight Megan. With Holly, man, she just wanted to match speed for speed, and she actually knew that her stand up was better. So, and that's what ended up happening. And I even did a breakdown video of the fight of the significant strikes by round, and
yeah,
I showed it that those cards were wrong. I mean, Chris, it was a shutout, man. It was a complete shutout, and the numbers don't lie.
yeah, yeah,
Because Chris was even wondering, like, what? I mean, how's this fight even that close? And it just Holly just made it look good because she didn't quit. You know, and
yeah.
and she got a couple of shots, and she hit Chris with a left hand. She caught her with one head kick that Chris ate the head kick and kept coming, man. That was like what? And that was like one of Holly's like
She smiled right after that, right?
she's about that it kept coming forward, man.
Like she was happy she was in a fight or something. I mean,
I said,
I'm
God,
with somebody that's hitting me back. This is great. Like holy shit.
but now see, here's one thing though that Chris they kind of knew this fight was coming. If she would have weight drained herself like she did going down to 140, making like a drastic weight cut, she
Mm.
probably could have lost. See, man, people gotta understand, man. You got to have a mental game because Chris, damn near died making weight cuts to 140, and it's like she was weak. They was helping her on the scales, man. I mean, that's how weak she was, and she get off the scale. I'm like, dang, man. But the next day, man, she get her game face on and just fight. That take a strong person to get in there from a drastic weight drain, and then you get in there the next day, and then you give it everything you got, even though your body's freaking depleted. That dude, that's a goat. That's a goat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a goat. But see, now she match up against some of these other people. Let me see. I see a good comment from PCBH. I call them peanut butter and jelly. That's what I call them. I Candy Cyborg wasn't able to outmuscle Holly in the clinch, and Jermaine is strong. Yeah, Jermaine the random man is strong, but Jermaine is like
I think she's
like a
already
car.
mentally defeated by Cyborg. That's her problem.
Yeah, Jermaine is like a cardboard. Like she moves and she strikes well, but the problem is with Jermaine, the other parts of jujitsu that Cyborg would start employing, it would cause her problems. Because Jermaine is very stationary, believe it or not. She's very stationary. And those stationary opponents, Chris Cyborg, man, she destroyed him.
Well, actually, like thinking back in the Jermaine versus Holly Holm fight, I remember
Mm.
Holly was trying to take her down. I think Cyborg would take her down.
Yeah, Cyborg would actually be able to do it. Because Jermaine is tech. She's very technical, man. Her technique is what really separates her from everybody else. That's the good thing. But she's too stationary, man. And she's gonna sit and try to wait to counter Chris Cyborg, but man, that's not
Hmm.
gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Plus, after what I saw this last weekend, or yesterday, that is, I think Cyborg beats her on the stand up too. So,
Wow, man. Yeah, 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 yeah.
although I
I'm
did
here.
want to bring up one thing, and I've noticed this a lot online. I saw the fight at a bar yesterday, and I
Mm.
noticed at the bar as well. There's so many people that just are not going to give Cyborg any credit. Like it is insane. You know, like the comments like, "Oh, she's a man," and she looks like a man, or she's framed like a man, or she's on steroids. She has to be on something.
Well, yeah,
I just,
that's gonna bring up into the next, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show everybody this. Um, the guy that takes photographs for Jackson Wink, he tried what he tried to do. He tried to take this out of there, but of course I found it, and and I made a video about it. But I'm gonna show you just the actual like post that this guy put up about Cyborg being a man. And it's kind of crazy because this is the official photographer of Jackson Wink Gym. And, bro, this is not a good
wow.
thing, man. It's not good. Hold on. I'm going to my email now. I'm checking it, man. It's not a good thing. And a shout out to my boy NSF TV, man. He sent it to me. He said, yo, man. He said, get a hold of this before they delete it. And I said, what? And so when I looked at it,
You know,
man, I'm like,
when they delete it, that means they know it was wrong.
yeah, yeah, I think they know, man. But let me see. Let me find it. I put it up. Yep, here it is. Here it is right here. Okay. Here it is. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no, wait a minute. But shout out, man. Dude was smart, man. He was real smart. All right. Let's see. What I got to use? Screen share? Yeah. Okay. So, guys, y'all take a look at it. And then, D, I think you can see it too, man.
Yeah.
It's a, let me make it bigger. Okay, yeah. So, y'all can see, man, that what this guy say, he said this dude is tough as hell. That being said at the press conference, he said Holly was the first one to make his nose bleed. You're my hero at Holly Holmes. See you back in the gym at UFC 219. And the people start giving this guy a hard time, man. Yeah. Well, some people didn't, but other people, like this guy named Because Zen, he said, man, this is crazy, man. This is a good gym. Why do you have to say this stuff?
He can't say it was a typo either because he said dude, he said him, he.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So his,
And
that is. So he can't come out and say, "Oh, I didn't mean to say that." I meant to say girl, not I don't know, but
yeah, and guys, y'all let me know if y'all can see this. I think everybody can see this.
I mean it's just a bloody nose.
Okay,
I
you
mean
see
they're
it?
making it seem like he like fractured a nose or something. But
Yeah, man. Got clipped in the nose, and that's it, man. She cleaned that up. She fine.
yeah,
Chris is going by her bed. You can't even tell she really been in a fight, man. You can't tell, but Holly, you can noticeably see, man, that yeah, she was in a fight, and it was pretty bad, man. You know, but then again, I don't think her corner would have threw a towel in, or I don't think they'd have done that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's sad, man. It's really sad that this is it. You remember Joe Rogan told her that she need to cut off her penis, and then she'll make weight, and then Dana White condone all the stuff, the bullying. Andrew Magana, making a little Saul photograph where she was at the hospital helping cancer patients,
Mhm.
kids. Yeah, man, a lot of stuff, man. These people just evil, man.
Especially since I mean, Holly's been accused of taking stuff. I mean, she never tested positive, but I
Yeah,
mean, Holly doesn't look like the most feminine girl either. Like, but um, that's, I don't know.
it's just, man, you got a lot of these simps, man, and these guys, man, and I am gonna make that exposing simps, and I got a exposing simps the Holly Home edition. I got that out already. Y'all go check that out. But I'm gonna make an exposing simps the Yoani on J Check edition. These guys are simps, man. And what they do, man, is they have these fantasies about Holly Holm, and you ought to see some of the comments that these guys make, man. Like, Holly could fart on my face, or Holly could do all kind of nasty stuff. And that's what they say. But these guys in the real life, they can't get a real woman. They can't do it. So they look at the next best thing. They vicariously believe that Holly is their woman. That's what they do. And they come on, they make these comments, and Holly Holm would never give them the time of day anyway, you know,
Hmm.
and she just wouldn't, and she probably wouldn't talk to him if she saw him in the street. She wouldn't say hey to him. She wouldn't do anything because she knows that they're a bunch of simps.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's
Hmm.
just kind of strange. The way that Cyborg is getting attacked for winning. I don't know what they wanted to do. But
And Holly is a hard person to knock out, man. She's a hard person. Like, the only person to finish her, man, was a wrestler. That's Misha Tate. Holly Holm. I mean, you think about it, in the
yeah.
octagon standing, nobody in MMA has knocked out Holly Holm. Nobody. Misha Tate put her to sleep, but I'm talking about like standing with Holly Holm knocked out. Nobody has actually finished Holly Holm by standing.
Hmm.
Nobody. So what are these people thinking? If Cyborg would have did it, that would have made it even more impressive,
Yeah.
But the fact that she outpointed this striker, who's Holly's good, it's impressive.
Oh yeah, beat her down. Like after the second round, it was pretty one sided.
Yeah, man, it was getting bad. And then you had some of the pros, man, they arguing. And it was one guy, I forgot, he told me he a pro MMA fighter and my analysis is garbage. And I said, well, you must be garbage because you're not on TV fighting, are you? But and
Yeah.
I asked him, I said, listen, man, if you want to come on and if you want to debate this, we can debate it round by round. I can give you all the stats round. I can tell you the clinch time. I can tell you the amount of knees landed. I can tell you the strikes per minute. I can tell you all of that was landed in this fight. Yeah, you can come on right now and debate. He didn't want to
Hmm.
do it.
No.
No, but of course they're not going to do that. Of course they're not. All right. Let's see what else is on it. Let's talk about from here. What do they do from here? What do you think? What do you think Holly Holm needs to do now? We'll start with her and then we'll talk about Chris.
Holly Holm, was she having a hard time making what was it, featherweight or I forget the name of the weight classes, but
Featherweight.
featherweight. So she's pretty much set on this. She's on Cyborg's weight class now.
Yeah, you know what? I think Holly Holm, she made the weight okay. I think though it wasn't as easy as we thought she'd have a tough time making it. And I think 135, I just think, man, she drained. I think part of the reason why she lost too is she's actually draining herself going to 135, man. And it's a struggle for her. So you think, man, you drain your body for weeks and weeks. You're in a sauna trying to get the extra water weight off. Okay, you still ain't eating. You still can't even really drink water, man. You can like lick, like, dude, you want to hear some of the stories, man? They can't even drink, like a bunch of water. They have to like literally take like water and almost like a dog just lick it so they can stay hydrated. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I've heard
And then,
stories with MMA fighters and boxers using sucking on ice and stuff
yeah,
like that.
man, they can't drink, man. And then they got to do it till they weigh in, and then like some of them will get like a quarter of a slice of an apple with a piece with almond butter on top of it, and that's it. Like Holly was struggling, man, at 135 to get down, and then you got to ask her to get up the same day and then you get back up, and your body's still kind of compromised from that weight cut, and then you want to go in and fight. I don't think Holly could handle the weight at 135 with the massive weight
Yeah.
cut that she have to do. That's my opinion, and I think it carried over into the octagon when she definitely when she fought Valentina and when she fought Jermaine. I think part of that too was her weight cut.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, the Jermaine was at 145, wasn't it?
yeah, that was at 145.
145. Yeah. I mean, I
And I,
just don't. I'm thinking a rematch with Jermaine. I'm thinking that's a possible if Jermaine isn't in a rush to fight Cyborg. So who else is she going to fight?
Jermaine's not in a rush to fight Cyborg. Trust me, she's
So
not in a
like,
rush.
if she's not going to do that, then I guess she could fight Holly in a rematch because it's that fight was it was close, and it was controversial because of the late hits and stuff like that. So they have a story behind that.
And it
Um,
definitely makes financial sense too.
yeah. So that's and it's at least gives Holly a chance to avenge one of her losses. Um, and it'll also let us compare where she stands against Cyborg, even if she does win. So,
Yeah, see,
but
Holly.
Holly has probably 2 more years in her at the most, in my opinion, if that.
I think she got about two, maybe three at the most. But see, you look at Holly Holm's strength of resume. Her resume is strong, man. Like she's not getting in there. People can say, well, she's 1-4, but you know what? At least Holly has the heart to get in there with tough opponents.
Yeah.
Like her resume, man, like early in her career, man. Her resume wasn't so great, but she was early in MMA, so that's what you're supposed to do. But
Mm.
dude, when she got to the UFC, man, it's
Raquel
been no.
Pennington, first fight. Yeah.
Yeah, she fought Maureen Renault. She fought Rocky Pennington, Misha Tate, Valentina Shevchenko, Jermaine Durandame, now Chris Cyborg. That's a hell of a resume. That's a hell of a resume, and all of those are killers. Okay, every
By the
last
way,
one on that
how
resume are
hard does
killers.
Pennington hit? By the way, because she actually knocked down Holly in her
Yeah,
fight.
Pennington can crack, man. Rocky Pennington is tough, man. She can crack.
And people don't remember like that fight was really really close.
Yeah, they gave the nod to Holly. I thought Rocky won, but then if you told me Holly won, I can't argue with you because the fight really was that close. I gave it to Rocky, but the judges said Holly. But man, and let's take a look, man. Let me pull up Holly's resume, man, so we can really look at it. Because I can tell you, man, I know a lot of these opponents she faced, but dude, when I started looking at her resume, even though she lost, man, she was willing to take them tough fights. I mean, she's in my top 10, definitely.
So
She's
so
definitely in my top 10.
I do wonder though, because if you remember, the Rousey fight was kind of random. They were actually going to do what was it, the third Tate versus Rousey fight, but I guess
Hmm.
they decided, well, she already beat Tate twice. Which is in hindsight, Tate might have won that third fight, but whatever. Um, I remember, if I remember correctly, Holly's team was not in a rush for a title shot. It's but they went for it anyway because I guess for the payday and just the opportunity, and she ended up winning. Do you think long term it would have benefited her if she would have not just jumped right to the top?
Man, I don't. It probably would have. Been. It probably would have helped them out more. But she one of them people, man. She not really. She don't want to wait. She just want to fight. That's all Holly want to
Yeah,
do is she just want to fight people. That's it. She don't really care about the massive paydays. I mean, now for the Cyborg fight, they were offering both of them peanuts, and Holly was like, "Well, okay, gosh, man, y'all might want to come up me with a better offer." And they tried to offer Chris Cyborg peanuts, and Chris was like, "No, y'all got to come at us with a better offer because that fight, I can't wait to see the numbers, but I bet the numbers pay-per-view, I bet they did well."
hell
But
yeah.
this is Holly Holm's resume, and I'm starting from the first fight. Okay, um, her first couple of fights, Jan Finney, I give her credit for Jan Finney. Jan Finney was tough. Katie Merrill, no, Katie wasn't really that tough. Alana Jones definitely wasn't. She was like she's 2-8. Um, Nikki Knuckles, nah. Now I give her credit for Angela Hayes, Juliana Warner, another trailblazer, man. She knocked her out, and that she was tough. She beat Rocky Pennington. She beat Ray Nose, tough. She beat Rousey, who was undefeated. Okay, now the people she lost to, these are world class opponents. Misha, Valentina, Jermaine. She beat Betch Kohea. Oh yeah, Betch wasn't a tough opponent, but still, Betch Kohea took Holly Holm to what 3 rounds, and then
Yeah.
she lost a unanimous decision to the best fighter on the planet, Chris Cyborg. You know, her resume is pretty. She's had a tough resume. There are literally almost no easy fights in this game for Holly Holm. None.
Yeah, that's pretty good resume. The Tate loss was a little surprising to me, but
She didn't even take a lot of damage in the Tate fight, man. It's just Tate was just really being very, very like patient. Waiting on Holly to make a mistake. And man, Tate in that last round, dude, she went for it. She went for it, man. She just said, "Forget it. I'm losing. Let me just go."
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
Tate's last great performance, really.
yeah. It was, man. And then Tate got murked by Nunes, and Tate got murked
Yeah.
by Pennington. Pennington beat the crap out of Nunes. Good grief, man. I mean, Pennington beat the crap out of Tate, and then
Mhm.
Nunes just beat her till she stopped moving, man. That was crazy.
I think if Holly and Cyborg were, I wouldn't even be surprised if their managers were kind of behind the scenes and say no till they offer more money. That would have been the smart thing to do.
Yeah, man. It's just weird.
Sometimes
It's
these
that.
fighters gotta, even though you're gonna fight against each other in the octagon, you could work together to force the UFC to pay both of you more. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with that completely. I agree with that. Shoot, man. It's a money thing, man. And the UFC, they try to get over, man. They really try to get over on these fighters. And people they hate Conor McGregor, but I always tell them, look, Conor McGregor figured it out. He figured it out that they're
yeah,
making what I think what 112% more money than they're paying him. Like that's like crazy the amount of money that they're making versus what they were paying. So it's like, nope, sorry, I'm not finna fight for peanuts, and you're not finna pimp me anymore.
yeah, they're gonna have to fork up a lot of money to get him in the octagon again.
Yeah, he's not gonna fight for less than 10 million. I can tell you now.
I doubt that. 10 million plus. I mean, I wouldn't even doubt if we hear that this dude got a 20 million guarantee or something like that.
Man, crazy man. He gonna turn the MMA world upside down because he got Khabib was sitting there waiting on him, and
Yep.
and I actually think Khabib could beat him.
Yeah. Khabib. Speaking of Khabib, I mean, Barbosa got bombarded. I mean, it looked at first. Did it seem to you? I don't know. The first minute of the fight, I thought, oh, Khabib's in trouble.
Yeah,
Khabib took him down, and it was a wrap.
he took a hellacious body kick from Barboza, man. That body kick, Khabib felt it. He tried to play it off. He felt it, and
Yeah.
he kept coming forward, man. And damn, man, he beat Barboza. Looking at the clock, man. He beat Barboza that bad, man. This man got beat in front of his whole family like that, man. Good grief.
Man, Barbosa and Holly Holm have a lot of heart. I'll give them that.
Let me ask you guys in the comment section, man. Let me ask y'all, who do you think Holly Holm should fight next? I'm gonna just ask the comment. Who do you think she need to fight next? We know probably who Chris is gonna fight. I bet you it's gonna be Megan Anderson. But who do you think Holly Holm need to get in there and fight next? Do you think she need to retire? Let's just we'll keep it going. Um, and who do you think could beat Khabib? So those are all my questions. I ask you first, D Star. Who do you think could beat Khabib?
Who he could beat? I think he could beat McGregor. Um, Barbosa had a little success on the stand up, so it does make me wonder what Connor can do in the stand up. But his takedown defense better be on point on that fight. And in order for his takedown defense to be on point, that basically means it's going to take away from his striking. And I think that's why Khabib has the advantage, in my opinion. Ferguson, probably a different story. I do favor Ferguson in a fight against Khabib, and I favor Ferguson against McGregor as well.
Mm, dang man, yeah, Ferguson impressed me, man. When he beat Kevin Lee, I was impressed. But man, I don't know, man. I think Khabib's on a whole nother level, man.
Ferguson's good off his back. I mean, it'll be interesting, even if Khabib takes him down. Although I guess Barbosa's probably good in his back too, and that didn't help him. So
Yeah, Barbosa. Once the stand-up game was gone, so was Barbosa, and so was his face. Because man,
Barbosa
Khabib.
was bombarded.
How's he gonna explain that? How's he gonna explain that? Wow. Yeah, and then my man Virgin, there's no BJJ out here who can beat the Eagle. Nah, man, I don't think so. It's and Connor, have you ever seen any evidence of his BJJ?
Connor, I mean, he did all right with what's the featherweight champion again? Although I think he had mostly top position in that fight, so I'm not sure. With
Nah, I don't know.
Holloway.
Oh, Max Holloway. Okay, yeah.
The only problem with McGregor is every time he looks human, all of a sudden he tore some muscle or some, like it's always an excuse. Like he had some injury or, which is what he used for the, because the fight that's always lurking in my head with Conor McGregor is the one he had at featherweight when he won the interim title against, what's that wrestler's name again? Mendez.
Oh, Chad Mendez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fight is always in the back of my head how easily he was controlled on the ground. And Mendez made a mistake of instead of just continue to ground and pound him, he tried to go for a submission, and Conor got out of it and knocked him out. Um, that fight is in the back of my head every time I think about McGregor versus Khabib.
Yeah, I think McGregor he got a lot of holes, man. But McGregor got that one equalizer though, and
Yep.
that's that counter right hand that he slips it in, man. It's like it reminds me of that Ali Phantom Punch, man. That when those guys are coming in and they're trying like Khabib likes to come in, man. And he's like really he'll throw a bunch of jabs and just run in, and Conor eats that up, man. Conor McGregor will eat that up. Like he's very fast on the counter. He can see it coming. He can make an adjustment, and then bam, hits you right in the jaw, and that's it.
Yeah, you can never count Conor out, obviously, just because, like you said, he has that equalizer. But man, if Khabib takes him down, man, it's going to be a long night for Conor McGregor.
Mm.
And I honestly I don't really think the UFC wants that fight.
I don't know, boy. Cause they letting Conor, well, but they letting Conor do what he want to do with that belt. He just chilling, man.
And you
Man,
see how they got slick there? That they showed Conor with the two belts. Um, Conor's got to defend the strap, man. I never seen a dude be champion for so long without defending the title. You know?
yeah, yeah, man. I want to hear him say, "I want to change somebody bum life again." I want to hear that, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get to hear it no time soon, man. Not in this. Hell, Conor might not even fight to the end of next year, man.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Khabib versus Ferguson next, and they're still going to call it the interim title, you know. And then I think the winner of that fight might get Conor McGregor, but who knows?
Wow.
He
Yeah.
might end up fighting Nate Diaz, and
Uh, well, I tell you, D style, I change your bum life. I change your bum life.
it's a red panties night.
Oh no. Oh, he said it was red panties. How's he gonna explain this? How's he gonna explain this? How the heck is he gonna explain this on God's green earth? But
That
yeah, man.
was great at that press conference, man. When he's like, "When guys fight me, they call their girl up and say it's going to be red panties night."
He tripped me out when he told Mayweather, "Look at him! Look at him! He got them high heel shoes on."
Yeah, but it's funny because he had them on too. But hey, they were both a bunch of short dudes.
Oh man. Okay, the upsetter said Rita Ora. Okay, who is Rita Ora? I really don't know who that is. Is that a fighter? I don't know. I don't know.
Coming fight or something? I don't know.
Must be. I don't know who that is. Okay, so now I got a few more minutes, man.
Hmm.
Okay, Rose Namajunas. Who do you think they're gonna put Rose Namajunas in there with next?
she's not gonna get a rematch. She's not gonna give a what's her name a rematch.
You,
I cannot pronounce her name.
Joanna Jacek, the girl
Joanna.
that got
Joanna. I'll just
knocked
say
out cold.
Joanna.
She got knocked out cold, baby. I'm loving every minute, man. I watch that at least 2 times a week.
Well, is it? I don't know. Like it doesn't have to be a rule that you got to give the champion a rematch. Like if you dominate him like that, I mean, you know, if it's that one sided, I guess you don't have to. But I don't know. I think she should get the rematch. I think. I mean, not everybody gets their rematches, but
Yeah, man. Yeah, maybe nah. I don't care if she don't get a rematch. See, maybe that whole thing when she getting hit and Joe Rogan goes, "Oh!" I was loving it, man. When it came to Joanna getting hit. Oh, she got tagged. Did you see that? She got tagged.
yeah, it's funny because that happened like right before that happened. Right before the bell rang, they were just pumping her up. Like, oh, this is the best striker in the history of women's MMA. Like, and she got. By the way, Rose landed. That was a beautiful hook that she knocked it down with.
Yeah.
That was right on the money.
Man, did you see that D style? She got tagged right on the money. I mean, whoa. Nobody's ever done that to Joanna on Jacek. I was like, God, dog.
Well, she did it twice, didn't she? Didn't she knock her down twice?
Yeah, no, 3 times. And the third time, she was beating her. And that's when Joanna just said she said she didn't tap out. That's what she said. But
So
yeah,
either she was so knocked out of it that she didn't know, or it looked like a tap to me. I mean,
really. I mean, hey, man, looked like a tap to me too. A lot of people said she tapped. She said she didn't tap. I mean, how's she gonna explain this?
she doesn't know cameras exist, right?
It's a technological age, man. She probably, you know what, man? Maybe she thought she was doing a dance.
Oh.
Do the Joanna J check, dun 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 dun.
Oh, she thought she
J
was
check.
like a DJ, doing the keyboard thing.
Chicka 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 chicka. The old scratch records. You remember those, man? When the DJ used to scratch the records on the record player. That was Joanna got J check. Oh man, it's been some comedy, man. I enjoy watching all the mean girls get beat up, man. And Angela Overkill Hill got beat up.
What's
Angela Magana.
yeah?
Oh yeah, Magana got beat up, but I loved every second of that fight.
Doesn't Joanna have a sister?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, oh.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Overster Alareem says she tapped. Wait a minute. Is Overster awake right now? Upsetters. Is Overster Alareem is Overeem awake right now? Because Ngannou.
It's I like how Joe Rogan always regrets interviewing guys once they get knocked out, and he swears he's never gonna do it again, and it always happens.
And then he does. Dude, man, he lifted Ngannou. I mean, he lifted Overeem off his feet, man. Like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull that. I'm gonna pull that up, man. I gotta see it, man. I gotta show you guys. Like, man,
Yep.
he lifted the guy right off his feet, man. Like, I thought, I would never see that again, man. I thought I would only see it in boxing,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw it finally in the octagon, man. Good grief. Overeem what got knocked off his feet, man. I'm talking about in the air, got lifted into the air
Yeah. He
off his
was
feet.
knocked out in the air.
Oh shoot, man. Okay, I'm pulling up the video now. Dang, man. They said he pulled. Who was that? Tyron Willis said he pulled it all the way back from Africa. He said he pulled. He said he pulled the uppercut all the way from Africa, man. God,
Yeah.
dog. That's insane. Here, man. I got a photograph of it right here, man. This is crazy. This guy got his ass obscured PG-13 channel. This guy got knocked. I mean, he got knocked through the roof, man.
Yeah, he was
I don't know.
out.
Man, can you guys see that? Let's put it on full screen. Let's make it look even worse. I mean, better. Wow, man. Dude, look at that. That's like the best shot I've ever seen, right? Dang. Like, Overeem's asleep, isn't he?
Oh, over him. Beyond this. I think he died for like a second or something.
Yeah, Yeah, man. Even hey, I mean, you can see the spit and everything, man. You know, like what in the world, man? Like, how's this dude still walking around on Earth right now? Dang, Overeem.
I think Overeem visited another galaxy or something.
Yeah, something wrong, man. Wow, man. Overeem. Overeem. Wow.
That was a night quill treatment right there.
Yeah, he went to sleep. Man, if you need to go, you can't sleep at night, man. Go see Francis Ngannou, man. He can take care of that for you.
He'll put you
Like,
to sleep. Yeah.
dude, man. It's like Overeem. Hey, look, man. Let's analyze this real quick, D style. Let's analyze this.
Yeah.
Like, what is Overeem looking at?
I think I don't think he saw anything.
Wait,
I think he saw
explain.
the white light or something.
Wait a minute. You trying to say he saw Jesus? Saw God?
Like, who knows what he saw?
Oh man,
I think he must have seen. He probably got knocked out, had tea with Jesus, and then came back to life.
man. So, what do you think happened to his haircut, man, when he got knocked out like this?
He still has hair.
Hey, look,
Gillette,
man.
the best the man can get. That's what happened this year.
Hey, dude. And then he got his right hand down in his waist, man. Why do you think he got his right hand down like that?
I don't know. Was he expecting a kick? I have no idea.
Oh man, wow.
I know a lot of people get on MMA fighters for having their hands down when they get knocked out, but I mean, they get kicked in the legs and stuff like that, so in the body. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Overeem was thinking. This is damaging for him just because isn't this his specialty, striking?
Yeah,
He's this
dude.
big K1 guy, and
He took knockout to another level, man. Like this is crazy. Like this is knockout on a whole nother level.
that's
Like I can't believe this, man. That's dang.
like
Yeah.
it's rare that I see an MMA
Wow.
fight that I could say like that's the best knockout with a punch of the year. But
Yeah.
that's it. Like I don't remember one fight in boxing where one punch ended a fight like that.
Yeah, man. This is crazy. This like, dude. Let's look at this picture. Now, hey, it looks like Overeem has like a mohawk now. Like before, he had a flat top. I mean, you remember that? See, look, let's go back to the first photo. Like here, it looks like he's got a flat top, don't it? And then you go here. Well, now he's got a mohawk.
Yeah.
Like, how is Overeem gonna explain this? Like, how? Man,
If I get over him right there, he looks like the Rock when he would stand on the turnbuckle and just kind of
yeah,
look up.
yeah. When you smell what the Rock is cooking,
You smell what Overeem's cooking.
yeah, he's cooking all right. He's cooking right up at the ground. Hey, now let me ask you this: what do you think Overeem's looking at now in this photograph?
Um, I don't know. It looks like he's breakdancing or something.
Uh,
I think he's gonna bust a move or something.
oh God, man. Hey, but it looks like he's trying to throw a punch, man. Don't
Probably.
it? Hey, man.
Remember
Wow.
when Holly threw a 1-2 and Misha choked her out?
Yeah, I remember that, man. That's pretty crazy too. Yeah, Holly threw that 1-2 and Misha, man. Yeah, it's choked out bad. Dang, dude. Like, it's got to be embarrassing, man. Like a knockout on national TV. Like this is insane, man. Look at this, man. Look at this.
But this is like gonna be. The UFC is gonna show replays of this over and over and over.
Yeah, this is never gonna go away for him. This is never
uh,
gonna go away. It's gonna be there for the
I
rest of his
think he
life.
took his soul. It was like a fatality. Remember the Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Fatality. And then who was that dude that did the uppercut? I think
Luke
that's
Kane. Luke Kane.
probably, yeah. Finish
Fatality.
him.
Oh yeah. Finish him. Oh man, I tell you. Well, 2017 wasn't a bad year for fights. I mean, boxing. Well, let's just avoid boxing. I'm gonna avoid that for right now. Yeah, yeah, boxing.
I
Uh,
wonder, you think the UFC is going to do like I don't know, it's just a coincidence, but it seems like they're ending it with a women's title fight every the last fight of the year.
Yeah, I noticed that. They actually did that last year too, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
when when I think Ronda Rousey stole something for Nunes or something.
Yeah, she stole something. Right? She got beat up, man.
Was it that fight? Maybe I'm confusing the fight.
Yeah, Amanda, they fought December the 29th of last year.
Okay, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it was the last fight, but it was the last pay per view. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. All right, my little buddy in the comment section, Mia. Remember, guys, she's a minor. Okay, keep that in mind. She's a minor. Yeah, got to point it out because the folks let her come on and be on live streams, But guys, keep it in mind.
It's good. Like, are they that thirsty? Like Jesus.
No, I'm just letting
Oh,
them know,
okay, cool, cool, cool.
because somebody tell me that they're a minor, man. I point that out and tell them that, hey,
Gotcha.
be careful how you come out at them. But anyway, dude. But man, so I guess all these fights that's happened, man, and everything we saw, it was a good night of fights. Let me ask you, did you catch any Rising championships?
No.
Okay, well, I got a message from Cindy Dandois, and if you don't know who that is, I'll show you. I'll put it up and it'll familiarize you. See, I'm gonna start doing this,
Cool.
man. When I have people on with little to little or some women's MMA knowledge, I'll just bring them on and I'll show you. Cindy Dandois is the battle cat, and she fought against King Raina, which King Raina is the big Japanese star who've been fighting a bunch of bums, and they actually thought that King Raina was going to dominate Cindy Dandois, but no, man, Cindy Dandois, got the victory, and it was a tough fight though. And I kept saying, this is going to be King Raina's toughest fight, and I had a lot of Japanese guys going in on me, man. Good grief, man. Those Japanese guys were relentless too, D style. And they got pissed, man. And I said, hey, what do you guys expect? I said, I know who Cindy Dandois is. I know who she is.
Yeah.
And she's a grappler. She's a hell of a grappler. Excuse PG-13 channel. She's a heck of a grappler, and she does a good job. But let me show you this, man. So yeah, so that's the battle cat on the right. King Raina is 21 years old, so still young, man, still very young. But she's a star over there, and Cindy Dandois went over there and just completely showed her what true grappling is. She showed her what it was. She showed it. So yeah,
Okay,
it is what.
gotcha.
But she won, and we chatted this morning, me and Cindy, and she's actually gonna come on one of these live streams. You know, Says she wants to do it, and because she called out Chris Cyborg again. She's been calling out Cyborg now for about 7 months. Um, then there's been a Kat Zingano been calling out Cyborg, but Cindy's been kind of aggressive about it. Yep. Oh, and Cindy submitted Megan Anderson.
Wow.
Yeah, and this Cindy these
So what?
go ahead.
So if they have someone that's calling her out, then I mean, the UFC was having a hard time getting somebody for Cyborg.
Well, people like Cindy, man, they don't like them. They don't like these type fighters because they think that they're not exciting enough. And then you know they bring Cindy into the UFC. They give her a short notice fight, so she goes in. She does the best that she can. She wasn't trained, and when you short notice fights, you just have to go fight. You know,
Yeah.
and Cindy, she wasn't going to say no. She wasn't going to say no. I don't want to fight. I need time to really get ready. No, she went in and she took the fight, but it was bad because she got a lot of takedowns, but she didn't have the cardio to do any work. And
Yeah,
I
but
think that was unfair, man. It was very unfair to her to just throw her in there like that, not let the girl get a full training camp, and then they cut her right after that fight.
no, I mean, I don't care how boring they think a fighter is. If with the right matchmaking, any fight's intriguing. So um, I mean, look at Holly. I mean, Holly's had some stinkers. You know what I mean? But like in Cyborg, it was a good fight because it's just that was a matchup. So
True. And Mia brought up a really, really good point. She said we call Cindy a soccer mom, but yeah, and I do. I call her soccer mom, so I'm just having fun. But her ground game is very, very nasty, man. Let's first we'll pull up her resume, and I'll show you, man. And then I'm gonna try to
Why do they
find.
say she's boring? Because she grapples a lot, or what?
She grapples a lot, man. She can't. She don't stand. Her stand up is not great. Her stand up isn't great. Her stand up look better this fight, but her stand up is not a thing of beauty. If you like beautiful stand up, don't watch her. Um, and I'm just being honest. I'm not being mean. And I like Cindy, and we've talked. Her and I we've talked several times, but I stand up's not there.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
it's not there. But she's fought some of the best, and she's beat some of the best. Let's pull up her resume, and I can show you, man. Her resume
But
is real
some of
good.
these top women fighters, I mean, they're like home, for example. They're not that good in the ground, you know. So there's a lot of girls she could beat just by the fact that she has a ground game alone.
Yeah, she be the one that would actually beat her home. Home would dominate her just with stand up, and then she would automatically take her down and then turn the fight around. This woman is a submission specialist, man. That's what she does. She can get you to the ground, man. Her whole thing is ground. She can submit you out of nowhere. Um, and you got somebody that's submitting people. Like her resume is incredible, dude. She lost to Alexis Davis, but that's that short notice fight. Jasmine Duke,
Okay.
Megan Anderson. She lost to Tanya Evinger. She beat Urena Bars, the Muay Thai legend. She lost to Yana, and she beat Marlos Conan actually, which that's a Hall of Famer, and she beat her in her prime. So wow,
Wow.
yeah, she's not bad. She's not a shabby fighter, and in most of those fights, she's actually losing the fights, and she'll come up with a way to win. That's been her mo, man. The stand up not great, but she finds a way to win.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, guys, and I don't know how much longer. Let's see. Okay, Marcus Bell, my moderator, get crazy. You're gonna get you out of there. Gonna get you out of there. But anyway, shoot, man. Well, D Style, you got anything else, man? Anybody got a question you want to ask D Style or me? Cause I'm gonna hop on off there and go to the mountains.
Yeah.
Yep, got to go up the mountains and work this trail, man. Anybody? Okay. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in. I don't know if I get back on tonight. I got stuff to do, but definitely dropping some videos. 2018. Got a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, yeah.
All
So
right,
my
man.
boy D Style, go subscribe to his channel. It is D Style Boxing. He does live streams like this. He is the live stream master. Okay, he will get you involved. He'll have you laughing. And he's got some of the most funniest live streams, especially when he's talking about Donald Trump. Man, that's fun. That's funny. It's really funny when we talk about Donald Trump. I get a
It's
kick out of
okay.
that. And then what's the last one you did about oh shoot, man. I think you did one about somebody having a nuclear meltdown. Somebody
I don't
dude,
remember.
you got some classic live streams that people hated,
Yeah.
but the coach didn't.
Or is
You
it
did.
a hate? But I'll definitely see you next year, Coach.
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. Next year we'll be done. Guys, I'm out. I'm done. Subscribe. You know what it is.